Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Ben on Maverick facing off against Adam, now three-time Brennan. On Breach, Adam's won a SCG, leaving a legacy, and now an ELD Open. 3 open titles for Adam, three-time Brennan, across a variety of decks, and now he's trying out the new Breach combo. May actually have the names on the wrong sides. We clearly do, as we've got a Dark Confidant for Ben. I'll go with the deck names for the remainder of the video to try and keep it a little less confusing. Sorry about the marquee. Always experimenting with this setup, trying to improve the layout and the experience in store. Breach clearing that Dark Confidant with Lightning Bolt, which I think is probably going to end up being the primary win condition in these Breach decks. Not only does it remove Hate Bears, stop you from getting clocked by things like Delver of Secrets, but also it's just lethal damage when you have your Breach out once you've milled your deck. 3 cards at a time is only 21 cards total for a Lightning Bolt to be lethal. And already people have stopped running Grape Shot, a card I was really unimpressed with the idea of. Lightning Bolt, a great piece of removal, stopping this early Dark Confidant, which was really setting Maverick back. And now Scavenging Ooze. That's another card that would be happily removed with a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze won't really have priority most of the time here for anything in the graveyard. If you try and target something like a Brain Freeze, if you do have priority, they can potentially play it in response. And you don't have priority until the Breach player passes, so it is going to be a little awkward to use Scavenging Ooze even with a bunch of mana open. Playing the spell puts it on the stack, so at that point you wouldn't be able to respond by exiling it again. And Baby Teferi. Gonna go ahead and bounce that Scavenging Ooze. Lightning Bolt gets exiled. And Maverick gonna need to use all of its mana here. During its own main phase, this Teferi is going to guarantee that there's no interaction. Upticking Teferi. And now would be a good time to be going off. Passing the turn is going to feel pretty bad. Knight's going to be able to clear that Teferi. See a Lion's Eye Diamond in hand. That's a big part of the puzzle. Once the turn is passed also, Maverick can clear this Teferi or can keep back a Knight of the Reliquary and able to use Bajuka Bog to clear the graveyard. Lion's Eye Diamond joining Underworld Breach on the table, and we are likely going to get to see this deck combo off for the first time on camera, I believe. We've got a Ponder. And it's It is kept. A Thought Scour. Lotus Petal added in, and now another Ponder. Oh, and there's Brain Freeze, and that is going to be very good news for Adam. From here, Breach is essentially guaranteed the win. See another Lightning Bolt in the graveyard that can function as the removal spell. Or player removal, I should say, the actual kill condition. And now Lion's Eye Diamond can be played a few times. It's only about 30 cards total to get this. Each LED sacking for 3 red mana potentially. He can also Brain Freeze Ben out of the game as well, and it looks like that's actually the path he took. I would say that's often going to be preferable game 1. Your opponent's going to be scooping to it in all likelihood. They're not going to want to divulge any secrets that their deck list might have for game 2, and we see these Punishing Fires getting sideboarded out on Ben's side. Not a whole lot of things that Punishing Fire can target. Right now, these Breach decks, I believe at the filming of this video, I believe Breach is still very much a Jeskai build. You've got white for things like Orim's Chant and Silence, along with Enlightened Tutor, red, of course, for the Breach itself, Lightning Bolt and some other potential sideboard cards, and then blue, very necessary for Brain Freeze. Breach and Brain Freeze, just unbelievably powerful, can win out of just about anywhere. And of course Lion's Eye Diamond as well. The deck is one of the most busted things that we've ever seen. And as I'm filming this, this is actually the day that we will have a new banned restricted announcement. Be interesting to see if Breach is taken out of any formats. I think people tend to overreact with the amount of Breach that's played online. I mean, it's a new toy. Everybody should be trying to figure out how to play it, how to beat it. It is a new, exciting printing. It may be too good, we'll see. But the fact that people are playing with it, I don't think is evidence to that fact. I think it just means that it's a exciting card and people actually want to be testing it out. There are plenty of other examples of that. Really, anytime that we get great new cards, people should be playing them. So if it's overrepresented in the meta, I mean, it's generally going to calm down over time. And interestingly, not particularly represented in paper. I mean, online it's everywhere. There's very little friction online to building a deck. Not everybody going out and tracking down the breaches and the brain freezes. Very few people have gone out and bought a playset of LEDs, for example. If you're already a Storm player, Adam, an experienced combo player himself, it's a natural move to check out the deck, even if he's not going to play it very much. He still will have a greater knowledge of it. Ben here, leading out pretty well, is potent and opening as he could possibly have. Leyline of the Void and Chalice at 0. Chalice is going to be able to stop Lotus Petal and Lion's Eye Diamond, which are key to getting enough mana to continue comboing once you establish Breach and are looking to generate that massive card advantage. You've got to fuel your spells somehow, and Lion's Eye Diamond is the perfect way to do that. And Cindervines, a reader, and it is bad news. That is going to mess up a lot of what Breach is looking to do. We may be going to game 3 sooner than later, despite Ben not having any type of threat on board yet. He really is not going to need much. And a Collector Oof, another piece of hate, and also establishes a clock. So just a tremendous opening here. An enchantment, an artifact, and a creature. All stopping the combo, really. Just trying to think of what on earth victory is going to look like here. I mean, like a Monastery Mentor, like a complete pivot would be nice. And Baby Teferi. Cindervines. Just needling Adam's life total. Collector Oof must be sent away. The Cindervines representing a huge threat. Every time Adam plays a non-creature spell, he's going to be taking a point of damage, and it can also be used to destroy the breach once it shows up. Now, Teferi only stops spells from being cast, so it will not stop the activated ability on Cindervines. Baby Teferi ticking up. If there's no lightning bolt for this Collector Oof, feels like it's just going to be time for game 3. Teferi feels a lot like a time bomb to me. He does have the bolt, so we are still playing a game. Teferi, Baby Teferi here, the Time Raveler, does feel a lot to me like a time bomb. He kind of sits on the battlefield, ticks up. When you use that second ability to draw your second card, I mean, it feels devastating, especially in the Arkham's Astrolabe list. I mean, that's really, I think, where it's at its most brutal. Oh, and now Monastery Mentor. We're getting into it now. Mentor can potentially completely sidestep all of this hate, and it works perfectly with the rest of the deck. Knight of the Reliquary. He is a big boy, way bigger than Mentor likely to be able to get. Oh, actually, is it only, what do we got, like 3 lands? So I guess he's like a 5/5. This is potentially in range, and Teferi can bounce him. Or he can just swords it. Nice. That is a brutal exchange. 1 mana for this 3 mana spell, allowing Teferi to tick up again. We've got another monk. Adam using our remarkable deck dividers. They're dry erase deck dividers that can be used as tokens of any type. Available at ELD's TimeVaultGames.com. Knight This one gets Force of Will, pitching Spell Pierce. That's going to add another body. And a cantrip here would be incredibly strong. Just so much hate from Maverick here. But now we've got this Monastery Mentor. A Brainstorm. This new monk. The number of monks here will end up representing the total number of prowess triggers. A Lightning Bolt down to 13. And it's very close to lethal, if not lethal. What do we got? Down to 1? Oh, and an extra Brainstorm after attacks. So Breach showing some very impressive resiliency in the face of like 4 hate pieces there. Monastery Mentor right at home alongside some of the most busted cards in Magic. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.